Hey everybody, welcome back. So this is day 2 of my classroom setup. If you don't already know, my name is Maribel and I teach 4th grade in Central California. So let's see what we have left to do. It's quite a bit. I know majority of today is going to be working in the cabinets. It's not something I like doing. I'd rather do the decorating, not the organizing and messing with, I don't know. Just seems like too overwhelming. But the biggest tip that I would give is always make sure that you have a to-do list, because when you can come in the classroom, you can feel overwhelmed of, like this has to be done, that can be done. And, when you're working on something, then you see something else and that needs to get done, you get distracted and off track. So today I did a to-do list. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so here's my to-do list. I am planning on working on my timeline first. So this is what I had done so far. I like that I printed it in craft paper because it matches my color scheme. And the pictures, majority of them were in black and white anyways, so it kind of worked out really nice. But with today I'm going to be adding the title, and it's going to say California History. And I just made that on my computer, and then I'm going to cut it out and put it up. I also made an arrow that's going to be moving down the timeline as we learn it. So that's one of the things I'm going to work on today. The other thing was the garland. So I had put this garland up the other day on my desk, and it did not stay up. You could see that the Velcro did not work. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to glue a ribbon to the back of the twine and then Velcro it on my desk here so I could hide all the wires. So that's also one of my to-dos. The other thing is my writing wall. So I'm done with my writing wall, but what I don't like, because I love the posters, those are awesome, but what I don't like is that they look crooked. And the reason they look crooked is because they are not stapled on. They are they're on a binder clip. And so they're all kind of, just hanging there. And I really don't like it. I don't know. It bothers me a little bit. I'm not really a perfectionist, but I don't know. It kind of bothers me. So I am going to staple them down. Besides, I was thinking, because they're only like a placeholder. But I was thinking, okay, once a student does their writing, what do I do with the placeholder? I'm going to put it down. I'm going to, lose it in my stack of piles of stuff. So it's probably better to just staple it down. So that's another project I'm going to do today. Let's go back to my to-do list. The other thing is my cabinets. That is a chore for me. Because when I moved in here, I just shoved things in the cabinets, didn't really put things where I want them to do. I know it's something that I don't like to do, but a lot of teachers don't like to do that, right? But I think it'll make the year go easier if everything is organized and labels. So in these cabinets right here, I have my math manipulatives and notebooks. And the middle cabinets here are all my supplies, so like pencils, expos, and all that is there. And then here is my curriculum. And I'm going to find a spot for my science down here. And then these are also cabinets down here, so I need to figure out what's going to go in there as well. So that will be that'll be like the biggest task to do today. The other thing that I'm hoping to get done today is do my front board. So I'm wanting to put a look up here because like when I have kids turn to a certain page, even if it's on the handout, or even though I've said it to them, several times already, they still ask me, Miss Espinosa, what page are we supposed to be, what page are we on? So I'm going to write it on the board there in the corner, and so that way they know to always look there for the page number. And then I also want to put up where my homework's going to be. Yesterday I went to GW and bought some magnetic borders. So, okay. So right now it is 7:30 in the morning. I haven't even had breakfast yet. But I am going to get started, and then I will show you some progress. Okay, I finished the Garland. It took longer than I thought, and it was harder than I thought because of the twine. So I think it looks really cute, but if you plan on making a garland like this, I would suggest you have the ribbon tied onto a long ribbon, because then it'll eliminate that extra step where I had to glue gun it onto a ribbon. So don't do twine, do a ribbon, because it makes it easier. And I'm so glad I picked black Velcro to just kind of match into, otherwise it would look not too good at all. But I ended up doing it. Took longer than I thought. Ended up burning myself a couple of times, but it's done. Okay, next I am going to work on my timeline. Okay, so here is the California history timeline. I think it turned out really well. So that arrow there is going to move, down as we, move from topic to topic. I put the first marker there at the first explorers, but that's really not where we start. So I don't even know if I want to put the arrow up yet, because we start off with learning about the Native Americans. So I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. But for everything else, I like it. Turned out really good. I think it's going to be easy to move that arrow too. I'm thinking I might just put it up there with a push pin, but then I'm afraid that students might take the push pin out of the wall, so I don't know. But it's fine like it is. So now I am going to work on the writing wall. Have to staple those down. Now I'm afraid that the same thing's going to happen that was happening over here, where things are, crooked, which for the most part I really don't care, but then in some ways I do care. One of my teaching partners, she will notice and will say something, so, but why should I care, right? And then after that, I will start on my cabinet. So I took a little break just to open them up and just to show you what I'm working with. And they're really, not as bad as I thought. But I did start throwing things in there. So like I said, this is where my math manipulatives are, and some extra, paper supplies, notebooks. These are where all the office supplies type of stuff goes here. And this is my curriculum. That one's a mess. So that's what I'm going to do after working on my writing wall. Right. Let's get started. All right. So this is how the wall turned out. If you are someone who likes to have everything spaced correctly and straight and everything, look away. Because that's not what this is, as you can plainly see. But it's good enough for me. They are a good placeholder for, for the kids' writings. So that's what it looks like so far. Right now it's 9 o'clock, and I think I am going to get started on my cabinets. All right, let's see, what time is it? It's about 9:15 here, and it's already hot. It's only gonna get 99 today, so not 100, but 99 is still hot. Our hot is a dry hot, so I prefer a dry hot over a humidity hot. So, I'm gonna start the cabinets, and I'm gonna have to pull my hair back for this one. But before I do that, I want to show you that in my cabinet right now I have some binders. So this year, my 4th grade team, we're going to be giving our kids binders. If you use binders for your grade level, please comment below and let me know how it goes, because this will be the first year that we're trying it. But we had a discussion, and every year it's kids lose their papers, and it's like, I mean, do they eat it? Does it somehow it walks away? I used to make some extras, but then kids would get upset if you had extra for him, you don't have an extra for me. So it's just, I don't do extras anymore because of that very reason. So this year we're going to try binders. So we'll see how it works. And when I hand out papers, that I want them to go into their binder, I'm gonna have them pre-hole punched for them, and then I'm gonna have a couple of hole punches throughout the rooms. That way, if I forget to hole punch something, or they want to put something in the binder that's not necessarily hole punched already, they can do that themselves. But so the first week of school, they're going to decorate their cover. I already made the index or table of contents, so that way they know what each tab is for. So that way we don't have to label each tab. So they know the green label is for the data, the blue tab is for math, the purple is for ELA, the orange is for social studies, and the yellow is for science. So that's what it's like. And yes, I put my Bitmoji on everything. I don't know, I'm crazy about that, but you'll see it everywhere. And so I already put in that table of contents for them, and then I put in the stuff for their goal setting. And I can make another video about this, about the stuff that's in the binder, but so they're gonna keep track of their fluency, so they can see how they're doing. They're going to keep track of their daily 4, vocabulary tests, grammar tests, and which multiplication facts they pass, selection tests, weekly tests, and so far that's the only thing that's in there. So I already put those things in there for them. After I give the binder to them, they will be responsible for putting the other stuff in there. So I just wanted to show you that because I pre-made these, and now I don't know where to store them because I'm not too sure if the custodians have cleaned my desk yet because they haven't been moved. I know my carpet's been done, but I don't know if my desks have. And so I don't want to stack things on them. Maybe I could ask, right? So anyways, I'm going to get started on my cabinets. All right, I am done with all my cabinets. It's now 12:30, so I don't know how much longer I'll stay. But, I have my, this is just a junk drawer. Oops, locked that one. That one was my classroom supply. This is my art drawer. This is my electronics. I have 2 of these. Speakers, stuff like that. Anything that has a wire. My first aid is where I'm going to keep in here. My cleaning. I think I may have locked those. Yeah, this is where I have my cleaning supplies and my class dojo store, which I'll show you. You know what? I'll show you tomorrow because I already locked it. But I also finished these cabinets. You'll see that some of them have post-it notes because I need labels. So I'm going to go home and make the labels for those binders. But on top is just, some general books, binders and stuff that I'm not going to use that often. In the middle is my curriculum that I will be using on a regular basis. We use Go Math and Wonders. I also have a data binder. So it's that. Here I have my read alouds. Oh, and I want to show you something I have here in this basket. So when I do math, right before I do math, I have a student pass these out. And they're numbered, so that way they go to a specific student so I can make sure I get them all back. But when I'm doing the math and I ask them to do some independent work, guess means that they're getting it, and so I can walk by them. They don't need any help. Yellow means I think I'm getting it, but I'm still, I'm on the fence about that. And then red means I don't get it at all. So it's a good way for me to quickly see who's understanding and who's not understanding, without, going by and asking them. It's just, really quick that way. Those are my read alouds. Those are my math trays when I have kids come up and go to the Elmo and show the kids, how they did something. These are my Wonders cards. Once I've used one, like this is week 1, unit 1, week 1. Once I'm done with it, I will file it to the back. That way it all stays in order for the next year. These are math manipulatives, dice, dominoes, cards, things I use like that for activities. And the next down here are the things I have for math: measuring cups, cubes, a scale, big money, that type of thing. And then on the bottom is my science. I still have quite a few items that I need to put in there. So this area, I'm going to need more than just this one area for science. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I have a container at home that I'm going to bring because a lot of the science stuff is small and I don't want it to get, lost in there. Then I did my supply cabinet. A lot of this was done already, so it was nice. It's just throughout the year as things are as I'm using things, then I just throw it back, and so it gets unorganized. But and then those labels are actually the same labels that I use for my library. So because the library cards are edible, I just, instead of putting a name of a series or a name of a book, I put what's in the supply box. And so there's a couple there that are missing, so I need to do that one. But you'll see I have plenty of supplies. And now on the bottom, that's where my problem is and where I have a little bit of an addiction. It's my treasure box. All my goodies that I give to my students and how they can buy things from the treasure box. So every time I see something, I just have to get it. It's so cute. So, but then I'm running out of space to store it. So that's my problem with that shelf there. This is my math manipulatives and also some glue I have over there because it wouldn't fit. But these are my math manipulatives. Then as I move up, these are my task cards. I really don't like the way I'm storing them right now. I'm going to see if I have a better container because I would like to be able to pull the container out and see all the task cards. I got my colored paper. This was something that this is what I was dreading the most, is this area here, because as I pull things out, it gets unorganized, and then I can't find what I'm looking for, and it becomes a big mess. So I got rid of quite a bit of paper, and then I put my lined paper, graph paper, some cardstock, and drawing paper in their own little containers. That way I'll just pull out the container, and hopefully that will keep me from, that'll help me keep organized. Science books, and my laminator on top, and some other supplies, some extras. I didn't realize how many pencil sharpeners I have, but I have I have lots of pencil sharpeners. So I have like 3 or 4. One of them is for color pencils, but. So anyways, that is the drawer situation. I got done, you know, a lot easier than I had thought. I did have some stuff in there that now I need to find homes for, like my inferencing cards, my objectives. I need to figure out where I'm going to put those. And then I still have the front board to do, and there's quite a bit that I am going to do. So I'm going to plan it out when I go home, and because I don't want to put too much on the board, but I do like to display, you know, the homework over here, and then the objectives, and then the page numbers, and you know, some else. But I also need, and then this I can't have anything on, because this is what projects all day. But I like to have some board to write on, because as I'm walking around and students need me to show them how to do something, I like to be able to go to the board and work out the problem. And I like to have some free space over here, and I like to have some free space over here, because you know, it depends on what side I'm needing. So I'm gonna have to think about that when I go home today. But I think that's all I'm going to be doing for now. Okay, it is 12:30 and I am about done. I am going to take home this wagon of science stuff. I'm going to work with it and see how it all works before I have my students work with it. I'm also going to throw out the trash and take everything off of the desk, just in case, you know, the custodians haven't cleaned them yet. I don't know. I really, I don't know. I can't tell. So this is day 2. I will see you tomorrow. I do plan on coming back tomorrow and finishing up with the front, and then the little miscellaneous stuff. But I should be done. Thanks. Bye.